joined now by head coach of the victorious Minnesota State Mavericks. 4-0 win for the for Minnesota State tonight over Bowling Green. Mike, let's get the ball rolling with your thoughts on tonight's win over Bowling Green.
Well, you know what, to start, good first period both ways. I thought both goaltenders played very well. I think there was a bit of a feeling out process and getting out of the first period even. You know, I thought it was a little bit of a tennis match back and forth. And then, you know, we take a 5-minute major and find a way to kill it. And then we get a 5-minute, you know, right at the end of that, we score a lead. It really, you know, it goes on paper as a power play goal, but it was a bit of an outnumbered rush, and we get a bounce, and Nathan Smith finishes. And then we score a power play goal on a 5-minute major, and there was some momentum. So after that, you know, I thought it went a little bit back and forth both ways, but I liked Walker Dewar's finish. We need our upperclassmen to carry us at times, and that line I thought was good all night, and I thought our goaltender was good. So the difference was special teams for us tonight, with a goaltender standing up, being back at home. It was good to be back at home and defend our home ice.
Would you attribute the physicality of this game to how good these teams are, or the rivalry that's been brewing for the last couple of years?
The rivalry, every time we play, it's a battle. You know, and I think there's, you know, whether you talk to Ty, his staff, myself, our staff, our players, I think we've got a lot of respect for each other. And anytime you play somebody that's as good as them, it's going to be a battle because they're going to push you. They're going to make you defend. They're going to make it hard for you to score. And it ends up being a battle for 60 and at times 60-plus minutes. And tonight was no different.
BG taking that major midway through the game, then not just killing the penalty. I guess he's talking about our taking the major with Reggie, taking that major midway through the game, then not just killing the penalty, but also getting a power play goal. Then another on the BG major. What type of a turning point is that?
Well, I think it's obviously the turning point. You know, I've found in my time behind the bench that, you know, a 5-minute major is momentum. Can you get one or can you get two as far as scoring on the power play? Or can you find a way to kill that? Because if you kill it, I think it injects energy onto your bench and gives you an opportunity to grab momentum. And like I said, we had a real fortuitous bounce on that rush where it gets onto Smitty's stick. They did a good job of defending it. Goes off their stick, gets to him on the backside, and he one-times it in. So we you know, you got to make your breaks. And tonight we were fortunate.
Kevin, I think that Coach Hastings answered your question there, if that's okay. So I'm going to take an opportunity to ask a question about Reese Smolik and the goal that Reese scored. It wasn't just his goal, the only thing he did during the game, of course, but he had a standout game, and then all of a sudden he makes a move I don't think a lot of people have seen Reese make in a game before to score his first goal of the year. Your thoughts on how Reese played tonight?
Reese, there's a reason he's got the C on his jersey. I thought he played very well, managed his game as he always does. A big part of that penalty kill group. You know, I'd given him the business a little bit right before he got injured. And then I think it was the night he got injured. I think he had 3 assists. And so it was good to see him get back on the offensive side of his game tonight. There's such a difference when he's in our lineup and when he's in our locker room. I respect the kid tremendously. It was good to see him be rewarded. I thought he played very well.
Not many sweeps in this series between Bowling Green and Minnesota State. Hasty, did you talk to the guys about bringing the same or better effort tomorrow night?
We were going to have to. We held serve in the first game. That's about it. We're going to have to. I want our guys to enjoy the win tonight as far as feeling good about it, but we have to reset right away when they get back to the rink tomorrow and focus on climbing the hill again, because it's tough to sweep in our league. And you go back and you look at the history of the battles between both programs. There's not a lot of sweeps there, so we'll have our work cut out for us. So we'll have to get to work tonight let those guys get a rest and get back at it tomorrow.
It gets more difficult to find superlatives describing Dryden McKay's play, but then tonight makes 30 saves on a huge stage. Can you find more superlatives about Dryden, Mike?
Well, I thought Dryden was Dryden. He makes it look easier than it is. He made a few that he shouldn't have made, and then made the ones that he should. And, we got seamed on that last power play from dot to dot, and he anticipated that coming in and got over there and covered the backside of our high forward and made the save. And so, I'm happy for him because he's put a lot of work into what he's doing right now, and I need him to be as good or better tomorrow.
A couple of questions about a couple other players in this instance. One about Dallas Gerard's, his play tonight, and then Nathan Smith. Both those guys had nice games for you.
And Dallas Gerard's, again, anytime we bring up his name, there's some things that are synonymous: work ethic, hard to play against. He took face-offs for us tonight. He just, he's a guy that's standing in front of the net, taking a beating. That's not a pretty area to go into, and he's a competitor. But most importantly, he's an unbelievable teammate because he's selfless in everything that he does. He supports a lot of guys. So glad to see him have a good night. And then, Nathan Smith's been working on his game for a while. And, tonight we had to lean on him for big minutes. He played a lot of minutes in the power play. And then that line, when Reggie went down early and gets tossed, I still wanted to make sure that Smitty and Borchardt were getting their minutes. And so we moved Julian up there, and we just need Nathan's game to continue to mature. And tonight he had a good game, and we're going to need that again from him tomorrow.
Seemed like you were able to keep up a lot of intensity throughout the game. Is that harder when the building is empty? Could you imagine this game the way it started with full house?
Well, the one thing that's happened, Bowling Green's hit some Minnesota guys, and they travel well. Here at our home rink, we've had a contingent follow us rather religiously, and this has been a place that is well attended when we have games here. So, it wouldn't have shocked me that we'd had 5,000 plus both nights in this series because of the importance of the series and really the rivalry. So yeah, there would have been some energy, but when these guys get competing against each other, there's energy in the building. Whether it's full or not. So it was good to see some people in the building, and whether that was the people that came in for Bowling Green or came in for our guys, it was just good to have people in the building.